Hello and welcome to Medcity's podcast. We know when it comes to English language proficiency test, IELTS is undoubtedly the leader or the most popular choice for students not just in India but globally as well. But with the recent changes, there have been lots of questions that students have in mind when it comes to IELTS. And to clarify those queries or questions that you've had, we have with us Commander Japdeep Guman, who's the Associate Director, IELTS Operations India. Welcome, sir, to this podcast. Like we know, there are in the past few years or months, we've had newer exams being introduced, like Duolingo English test. We have the language CERT test or the Michigan exam, and so on. Now, when these exams come with shorter duration, they come with newer, fresher format. How is IELTS keeping up with this change? I'm sure each one of you watching would have similar concerns in your mind as well regarding IELTS. Let's listen to him while he tries to shed some light over these queries. And like I said, these are some questions that our students have shared with us. If you have any further questions in mind, feel free to add them as comments in this video. Sir, like I mentioned, IELTS is the undisputed leader when it comes to language proficiency test, and it has been doing wonderfully well. But in the recent past, like probably a few years back, we've seen a lot of other English proficiency tests also come into the market. And I think one thing that they've done is probably capture all the good aspects about the IELTS test, and they've created a format that incorporates this as well as certain drawbacks that probably IELTS had in terms of the duration. We know that it is a longer duration test, so they've cut short the duration, or they've brought in certain changes where there is a repeat option available for listening tests and so on. Now, what is IDP doing about to ensure that it retains its leadership when it comes to these language tests?
First, thank you, and I'm really happy to, and IDP IELTS to be part of Medcity as being a partner.
Yes, sir.
And definitely greetings to all your fans here. IELTS has been a very established test for 3.5 decades. Immigration policies have changed up and down, as you have seen yourself, but IELTS continues to be the benchmark for every test or any immigration policy in in particular these countries. Second thing is why IELTS is different from other tests is that it gives you two things. Number one, it gives you a score which is recognized worldwide. A lot of tests who claim that they have that kind of recognition, I don't think so. They aren't even near that kind of recognition which IDP has, IELTS has. Score, in terms of why I mentioned the score part, was that this allows you for your visa acceptance, and I'm very confident that I can say that in this social media forum that the highest visa acceptance rates are for those students who have got an IELTS score. The kind of skills or English communication skills which IELTS gets to the students, which allows the students to perform very well in their academics overseas, as well as getting good jobs in terms of establishing themselves in their own profession, and finally integrating with the society as well. So definitely, if you do IELTS, I am sure that every student of Medcity will definitely realize his or her dreams of overseas, establishing himself or herself. IELTS has been the forefront of technology changes. All these tests have just recently come. IELTS was the first to start IELTS on computer in about 2017 or so. And that was a format which allowed a flexibility for the students to choose either an IELTS on paper or on IELTS on computer. That being one part. Then again, we were the first ones to bring the concept of one skill retake, where IELTS on computer, the students can improve on that one particular skill rather than giving the entire test. And definitely there are other changes which are in the annual, and as you know that you had attended our partners meet yesterday, I am not in the liberty to speak so much about it, but definitely the exam will become in the sense is much more flexible, and it will give students even a lot more choices.
Right.
Even one skill retake will expand its footprint. And I'm sure one thing will remain constant is that IELTS will and continue to hold that number one leadership spot in terms of the English proficiency tests.
Okay, so we hope so too. Just to bring in more clarity, you said there would be some changes. So what can our students expect?
So I mean to say there could be changes in terms of delivery system, and in the sense is we want what we feel is we want to extend the reach of IELTS to each and every region in this particular country, in India, which definitely we have the largest footprint, but we want to even further expand this particular reach. And from that perspective, we want to do number one is reach out to every corner of the India. That is number one. Second would be
so would
to
that
increase
mean more test centers?
More test centers, yes, that's more test centers. Second would be to increase the frequency of the tests.
Okay.
So
probably like a daily option.
We can look at even daily options. We can look at daily options, and maybe you can have 1 or 2 sittings even within a day also. So those kind of things which we are looking at.
So that is right now available for the delivery.
For IELTS on computer. So definitely this is available on IELTS on computer. As stated earlier, I would this because of the slight change in delivery system, we could even extend to even our hybrid model of testing.
Right. Okay, so the hybrid model would have the daily option.
Hybrid model most probably will have the daily option of the testing.
So that is something that our candidates would definitely want to look forward to, because I think a larger proportion of students still opt for the pen and paper test, which is just 4 times a month, and they have to wait for longer durations. So maybe that would bring in a lot of hope for them. There is a daily option available, so that they don't have to wait that longer. Now, when it comes to the results, will there be any good news, as in turnaround time?
Correct. So in India, IELTS on paper results are released in 7 days. While there cannot be any other benchmark because the other English proficiency tests are computer delivered, to release the results within 7 days, it itself is a very big feat for us. In the sense is we ensure all the papers are tested, checked correctly and all that. So that's why, despite the global standard being about 13 days, in India we do it for our students in 7 days for IELTS on paper. Actually, the results come out even earlier, but this is one figure which we hold to. Second thing is with IELTS on computer also, our results come within 2 days. Actually speaking, it comes within a day itself, and a lot of students will get their results within the testing day itself. So these are the 2 things which I would like to speak about the results. And as we change with the delivery system, we also gonna have a similar kind of access of results to our students. That means faster results. So they can hope for faster results. Yes, they will definitely hope for faster results. Any changes that can be expected in the exam fee when compared to so many other tests that are available right now? Our exam fee has been standard, and actually all tests benchmark their fees with our test. And I always believe that you have to pay the right value for quality. So that is why we have a standard fee. We do not overcharge also, neither we undercharge. And we ensure that for that particular quality, the fee is set right. And that's why IELTS fee is about 18,000 or so, and this is likely to be the fee as of now. Like you mentioned, IELTS has been here for over 3 decades now. Any plans in the pipeline for a change in the format, or you think it would remain? I think so. It's an established format, and all English proficiency tests copy this format. It is listening, reading, writing, and speaking. While you can tweak the way you want to convey it, that particular model. But this is a well-established model in which all English proficiency skills can be tested. It is very important to understand in IELTS, the question paper and the trends in the questions are directly related to the situation in these English-speaking countries. So they're not theoretical questions or academic questions. They're more about Suppose if you have to interact in that particular country, for example, UK or Canada or some other countries like that. So the questions are more of, conversation with them. How would you relate to them? Even your speaking is like that. Your writing is like that. Academic is more focused that when you go to a college, how will the kind of essays you may have to write and all that. So
Right.
they are basically a glimpse of the kind of life you're going to see there. I don't think so any other tests can even come close to the way we do it.
Okay. So there's not going to be change in the format soon.
So format is, I think so this is a comprehensive format.
Okay.
I do not think so.
Okay.
While there could be changes in the mode of delivery,
Right.
but these are the skills, I think so, for every, I mean to say, in case of other languages also,
Right.
you would like to, whether he can read, write, listen and speak, to understand the proficiency of that English.
Great. So some of these changes that you said we can expect, how long would it take for them to, actually be in practice or execute them?
I think that these changes, I believe it will take about a year or so to
Okay.
come. Yeah.
Right. So it'll take a year. So
Yeah.
any candidate planning for an exam in the near future should
So
go
I
ahead.
mean to say the candidates do not have to worry about
Right.
the format or do have to worry about the scoring and all that. The scoring is standard across the world. I mean to say, if you appear in Kochi versus if you appear in Delhi, but I don't think so your scores will, and of two test takers of similar standards will get the same score. So I don't think so there would be any kind of difference in the pattern and the scoring.
Right. So since you brought about the scoring, I'm sure this is something else the students have in mind, because some of the results in the recent past have been withheld. I mean, of course, not for any reason of the student, but the security reasons and whatever IELTS has to say about it. But probably we can use this platform to talk more about that. I mean, why do results get withheld, and what is the resolution method in such cases?
I think so. There has been a misconception. Actually, the results are not withheld for security. Every result in IELTS has to go through a quality check, which we call as pre-result release checks.
Okay.
Now these minuscule, that percentage is even, I mean to say it's very difficult to even calculate. It's very few results, rare results which get flagged. They are only pertaining to quality. This could be pertaining to even the data of the student. It could be related to minor score difference in his various sections or modules.
Okay.
There could be pattern correlation with other test takers and all that. So what happens is the logic of this particular test earmarks these results as for further quality checks, not for security.
Okay.
Not for security.
All
They're
right.
for further quality checks. Now, once they get flagged for quality checks, they get assessed by an independent body or independent audits, which are be done by both IDP Australia team as
Okay.
well as Cambridge University Press and Assessment.
All right.
They take certain finite amount of time to address these queries, and believe you me, 99.9999% all these results are released within a within shortest
How
part.
much time would it take?
So I mean to say it depends upon the because all these results are quality checks are just not for India. It is all across the globe. So they go at at a certain the kind of workload which is there in that particular thing. So they generally get cleared. I would be very difficult to pinpoint a time frame, but could be a few days. That in a very rare case it may have taken weeks, but generally in a few days they get results.
Have there been cases where the results, have been held permanently, or it gets released?
Yes, the results are being held permanently where it is clearly established that there has been a case of malpractice.
Okay.
That is the only reason where the results are withheld, unless there are no reasons. And if the student is confident that he has not done any malpractice, then through your forum, I want to assure them that you don't have to worry. Just have your phone number, have your contact details, so that IDP customer service can reach out to you and address your query as fast as possible. And there is no need to worry about that.
So we have an option of reconsidering in case that happens.
You actually the results, you will get the results. If
Okay.
as per the performance,
Right.
they will be withheld for some time for the quality checks, with the time which will take for quality checks. And as per your performance, you will get your results and all that. And plus, the great part about IELTS is, you can even apply for rechecks and all that. I don't think so any test even gives that option. This is the kind of fairness which IELTS believe in, and transparency.
Okay.
And interest of the student and of our partners is of our, it's of the highest importance to us.
So why I did ask you this is because there are a lot of students whenever their result is withheld, they think that this is something that can be done from our end, supporting them with this. But so it's important that they know exactly what the process is whenever a result is withheld, so that they know what the actual thing that is happening behind such concepts or such happenings.
Thank you for the question, and it is. I agree that such kind of misconceptions are there in certain parts of the market, but I'm very happy through my answers, I hope I've answered all such queries, and I mean to say we have a very, very proactive customer support. We are just a call away. You just have to drop a mail or a call, and we'll reach out to you and solve all your queries. You don't have to worry about anything.
Right. So IELTS is coming out with certain changes, like you mentioned.
Yes.
And we're hopefully looking forward to more changes that will be advantageous to the candidates as well.
Yes.
Would you like to share something towards the end of this podcast that you would like to talk to our students about?
So, as I said, IELTS was, is, and will continue to be the most sought after English proficiency test. It is the one test which open doors to your overseas ambition, and that could be to Europe, that could be to all English speaking countries, and like for example Germany and all the other countries. Second thing is, I would like to thank Medcity for being a very, very valuable partner to us, and the students can access quality coaching through Medcity and get great results, great IELTS results, and wishing all of you all the very best for your overseas dreams. Thank you.
Well, sir, thank you very much for joining us in this podcast today.
Most welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Medcity International Academy. Trusted hands forever.